And welcome back to the Eastern European DPC Division 2. I'm Harry Freak and we're watching a series between Sibey and StoRm. Game number 1, StoRm won. Really easy. They went from one objective to another with their Chen as the leader of it all. And Sibey never got a chance to play Dota. They were just hitting creeps for 30 minutes waiting to lose, which in the end ultimately did happen. Looking to towards game number 2. Where we're hoping to see a little bit more action, a little bit more mistakes from each side, but you never know, right? We might just be seeing a repeat of game number 1, though. Everybody is hoping that well, everybody's hoping that Sibey won't be letting that Chen through, especially their fans, right? But sometimes you do get pulled into the idea that you can't deal with the hero, that you have what it takes, or maybe they just forgot about it. Which, hoping that they didn't, but there is still an option. We're all human here. Though when you have like 5 players and a coach, you know, whose purpose is to at least preparing for a DPC match, scout out your opponent, knowing that Saneko plays for StoRm, I would be very surprised if they weren't 100% certain that Chen was going to be coming through. So they consciously made a decision to let it through, and well, they consciously made a decision to lose without having a single chance of winning. But game number 2 might be different. Game number 2, they might be better prepared. And who knows, maybe that was the plan, to let Saneko play his Chen. We'll be finding out in the second game draft that will be on our screens in just a couple of seconds, as we are getting right into it now. So we'll see if Sibey do have the presence of mind to just get rid of the Saneko Chen. And there we are. We get ourselves into the draft. The Windranger and the Bloodseeker will get banned out. Bloodseeker was banned out earlier as well. Krillette loves his Seeker, so that makes a ton of sense. Really wouldn't want to be playing against that. How many of them have they played? Remaining. They played one versus Navi Jr. They lost, but I remember it being a close game. They didn't play it versus Moneymakers. Actually, they didn't play it versus Matryoshka, so that's only one game that Krillette has played it. I really like the way that he played the Seeker that game, but is it really a first phase ban? Maybe if you want to go for the Beastmaster again, then it makes sense. So kefteme, what's it gonna be? Chen? Techies? Need to ban out something. This time around StoRm has the second pick, so they won't be able to have that response. They will ban out the Techies despite them having the first pick. So is it the Beastmaster again for Sibey? I would assume so. If you pick up a Beastmaster, you're eating an Enchantress to the face. There's just no doubt about it. They have the guts to pick it up. That's the question here for Sibey. What else have they been playing? I know everything they played was unsuccessful, but still. We'll go for the Magnus. He was allowed to stay in the pool. They play a single Magnus game. Seeing it, not seeing it. They didn't play a single Magnus game. The Magnus has been nerfed quite significantly. 25% of his damage and cleave have been taken away from the self-empower. I think that was the main thing. When it comes to the nerf StoRm, they will have the Timber Saw. Chen is still in the pool, though second phase it's probably going to be taken out by Sibey. As
10 seconds
or
remaining.
what's the other thing that you want?
5
Timber Saw
seconds
is always
remaining.
quite nice versus these universal heroes. Taking away 5% of each of their stats is insane. They go for the Pugna, trying to increase the win rate of this hero a little bit. Will it be Saneko that plays it, or 1J? We'll be finding out later on. But this is definitely going to be springing out a Storm Spirit ban, or maybe a Storm Spirit pick right now. Ember could be a good one,
10 seconds
but
remaining.
the problem with the Ember is you can't really threaten the Timber that much, so maybe
5
not.
seconds remaining.
The Pugna hates the Ember though. You could go for a Silencer, which is a good one versus these two for sure. At every point in the game, Timbersaw like spamming out his spells, so the Arcane Curse is annoying. Same can be said for the Pugna. The Global Silence, Pugna hates it when he's trying to heal up his teammate. A Global comes out and you're just helpless to assist at all. There are options for Sibe here, but they're using a little bit too much of their time. I get it. I completely get it. You're not in a good position currently as a team. If you lose the 4th series with an 0-2 score versus Storm, who are other than you at the bottom of the pack at the moment, you're in trouble. But Storm, they lost to Moneymakers, who are close to the top, and they lost to Navi Jr., who are also close or at the top at the moment. But they'll go for the Pango. So it is a good hero to hunt. The Pugna doesn't really care much about the Life Drain. Life Drain can be used over the Rolling Thunder right now, but of course you do not do as much damage or heal as much as you would like. Sibe, ban out the Storm, of course. One has to be the Chen. Like, I'm looking at this, it has to be the Chen. Just don't let it go through again. Yeah, there it is. The question is, though, would the Chen be as effective versus the Magnus as he was versus the Beastmaster? But either way, the rotations of Soneko, him understanding which creeps he needs, where he needs to go with them, who he needs to pressure, where he needs to push, it's just on another level. It is not the Division 2 gameplay of the Chen. It's like major level
5 seconds remaining.
Chen gameplay. And in Division 2, playing against such a strong player hero combination, it makes the game unwinnable. Even with these two heroes, it would be much better at defending towers than their last lineup was. Just from the looks of it, I think we're gonna be having a more action-packed game. I'm not insinuating that Sibe will win, but they already have ways to battle, right? You have the RP, you have the Rolling Thunder. You literally didn't have anything in the previous game, right? You didn't have any big team fight spells. Stone Gaze was the biggest one, and the Medusa needs to be farming. So Storm, they ban out the Silencer, they ban out the Enchantress. Both of these heroes very good versus the Pugna. One to remove the Decrepify, other one to silence them. They could go for a Shadow Demon ban, or maybe they pick it up themselves. Those are two pretty good options here for Storm. So I don't know if you would want the Pugna and a Shadow Demon support duo. Doesn't look too powerful to me.
Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Debate, they ban out the Morphling, and they will ban out the Shadow Demon, pick up a Spirit Breaker. This seems so much better. Spirit Breaker really good versus the Pango, can be pretty solid versus the Magnus. With the Bulldoze, you don't really care if you get RP'd. I like it. I really like the Spirit Breaker, stronger than the Pango roll. You're the one that pushes him back, not the other way around. Yep, looks pretty decent. You can be a core, you can be a support. The flexibility is still there. Very likely to be a support considering the current heroes for Storm, but you never know. You really never know. What's gonna be next for Sibe here?
Dire team pick.
So they will be going for an Undying. I've talked with a couple of people right now, and they say the nerfs to the Undying in the past year have constantly been brutal, and that he just doesn't feel that good as a position 5 any longer. Like as an offlaner he can work, but as a 5 he's just not as strong. And there will be a Broodmother coming out. This is a pretty solid Broodmother game. We'll see who he'll be laning against. Is it gonna be a carry Brood? Is it gonna be an offlane Brood? Mid Timbersaw, we don't know, but Storm are gonna be keeping us guessing. As Sibe now, they have no idea. Like how do you even pick a hero? The Naga Siren looks decent for you versus the Spider, but then you might be dealing with a Timbersaw who doesn't look decent versus you. So you are you're in a pickle. You are in a pickle. They could go for a Medusa again, but I'm thinking something like a Slark ban and a Jugger ban are gonna be at the top of the priority list for Storm. Yeah, Monk King as well. those types of heroes. Monkey King is actually quite nice. Sibe, they ban out the Medusa. They're thinking this is an offlane brood or maybe a mid
10
brood.
seconds remaining.
Who knows? Nicky Cool, he has played the Timber Saw in the past,
5 seconds remaining.
so that is a possibility as well. Whatever the case, I think it's a 5
Radiant
Spirit Breaker.
team ban.
I don't think you want to be laning a Spirit Breaker versus the Undying, especially with another melee hero. Let's say it's a Timber Saw, not gonna work out. Even if it's a Brood Mother, still not gonna work out. You come close, you get a double DK off, and
Dire team
suddenly the Undying is a little bit too powerful. The Terrorblade ban I like. It would do really well for them. Pango can be annoying versus some illusion heroes, but Terrorblade isn't your classic illusion hero. He doesn't rely on the illusions themselves. He can still, with his main hero, do massive amounts of damage.
10 seconds remaining.
So Sibe,
Radiant team pick.
they will pick up a Naga Siren. Okay, so they will go for it. I'm thinking now the Brood Mother will not be laning versus that hero. It just makes no sense. The Timber Saw will do much better. We might be in for some musical lanes as well. PL, not great versus
10
Pango, but
seconds
really good
remaining.
versus the other guys here on Sibe.
5 seconds remaining.
Anything that builds into a Maelstrom. Ghost Sniper would be quite cool here for Storm, to be honest. I would like a Sniper pick. You have really nice heroes to defend him. But I doubt that's something they're gonna be going for. Oh, they go Muerta. Okay, okay. There was a Muerta pick for Matreshka, and they crushed that game. They won it in 20 minutes. I like it. It is a Maelstrom picking hero. Matreshka also played it with the Timber Saw on their side. They had a similar draft to the one of Storm here. It looks really good here. After what has happened to Sibe in the previous series that they have played and what has happened to them in the previous game, I have no doubt that Storm should be taking this game. When it comes to Sibe and how they win, well, the Pango is your best bet. You have really strong lanes. The side lanes are very strong for you. The Pango might lose his lane, but rotating to the side lanes and winning them more would be what the race wants to do, right? So I'm gonna be looking at him to make that happen. Of course, for that to be a viable option, you need to be winning the side lanes, which is what your heroes are intended to do, right? Magnus and the Rubik, and of course the Undying on the other side, paired with the Naga Siren, especially because it is gonna be an offlane brood, should be winning that lane. So Sibe, if you don't win the lanes, you're gonna be in trouble, but you do have good heroes to do so. So I'm hoping that they're gonna find it in their hearts the strength to stick it back to Storm, because that game number 1, it was just a disaster. With that being said, we should be getting ourselves into the game, but before that, a word from our sponsors over at EGB.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And we are getting ourselves into game number 2 of Storm versus Sibe. Game number 1 was an easy one for Storm. Let's see if they can repeat the same success in the second game of the series here. We're all hoping that it's gonna be full 3 games, because we want no break or low break between the 2 series. If they win this one, we might be having to wait for another hour until we see the second series of the day, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to wait. With that being said,
30 seconds
looking at the
to
odds, even more in favor of Storm than they were in the previous one. This goes to show that people are stopping to believe in Sibe, really, that they're going to be winning any games. I'm hoping that they will at least get 1 victory, because it can be very demoralizing when you play an entire league without getting a single victory.
The battle begins.
Looking at the rules, it's gonna be 3 for StoRm again. Yep. Sebe, they don't really have kill potential level 1. They are annoying, they are strong, but they cannot kill you. And understanding that, you just go for the runes. There's nothing they can do about it. Dominic will weave some webs for himself. And the laning stage will commence here. Top lane. It's still an Undying, and the Naga Siren should farm better than the Brood. Dominic will probably just try to go for creeps, and only later on will you maybe try to pressure Nesphere a little bit. But more comes out from potential rotations. Bottom lane. Taneko wants to be as aggressive as possible there. Level 1, it's very important. Dominic, he's dead. Does have 3 stick charges, goes over the cliff. He'll be fine. He actually will be able to survive, as the core will get smacked by 1J as much as possible. But he did his job. He made sure that the Brood is suffering, and Dominic, until he gets level 2 and that insatiable hunger, he won't be able to heal back up that much. 1J is doing a good job here. He's getting the creeps to Dominic, who now has only 2, but those should be 3 free creeps for the Brood. I'm curious how much slower the Magnuses are gonna be nowadays when they've reduced the cleave and the damage. That should be a pretty decent reduction. So hoping to see how well he does. There is gonna be the calling. Klasno Kruto doesn't want to get out of it, and the second he gets close to those spirits, they do massive amounts of damage. Rubik tries to turn it around. Not gonna be happening. There were sticks on Muerta still, as Velor, he did his best to avenge his buddy, but the first blood will be going over to StoRm. We mentioned the Rubik and the Magnus being a strong lane, but the thing is, you need to be able to pull the lane back closer to your tower, threaten with the lift into a skewer, as the core is gonna be going down. 1J running away. The Tombstone will die, but he will die as well there. The slows from the zombies will make it enough for Nesphere to get a kill. And despite Pugna being one of the fastest heroes in the game, then again, so is the Naga Siren. So it's gonna be a 1 for 1. Naga won't be too mad, but it is still an Undying lane, so you would want to do better. And Naga is on the same amount of CS as the Broodmender. Mid lane, we saw it there for a second. It should be a lane favored for the Timbersaw. As 1J, they're going for him again. Dominic will turn around onto Aztecor, and 1J doesn't care. That's it's gonna be a lot of damage on everybody. Even Nesphere is dropping low. The right clicks will hurt despite your high armor. He does have 14-1 charges, so Nesphere will be able to stay in this lane without much issue. But it's still a problem. Velor, that's a lot of damage gonna be coming through there from the dead shot. This Velor is still gonna be alive. And Krillat might not be true for him. One more hit from Klasno Kruto won't be coming through. He's actually super fast, and there will be a zap from the Rubik from the high ground. Velor doesn't want to put himself in any kind of danger. He had just enough mana to finish that one off, as Krillat does lose his life. And that bottom lane salvaged by Sibe by killing the enemy carry. Looking at the net worth here. Sorry, top of the net worth chart. Actually, Dominic is standing his ground and fighting, but Nesphere, he does have the 1 charges, and nice deny there coming out from the Undying, not even allowing that extra 125 gold to go into the pockets of 1J. Sibe, a much better start for them, but we talked about the laning phase. They needed to do well in it. And they are. The side lanes especially. Mid lane here losing slightly, but who the hell cares? It's not that big of a deal. As Krillat dies again. There it is, close to the enemy tower. Lift, skewer. Kill does come through. Sibe, they are starting to punch back. They're starting to show some signs of life here in this series. And we already have 6 kills. We saw in the previous game that the teams weren't really afraid to engage each other early on, but in the last game they didn't really have much kill potential on either of their heroes. Now there is a ton of kill potential on pretty much every lane here. Even the mid lane, I wouldn't be surprised if let's say a Pango dies. For a Timber Saw, I would be. Up, the Undying in trouble here. He does have the Healing Lotus, not gonna be going down. The Brood will be netted, so no chance of getting that kill. But they do apply a lot of damage there to both the Naga and the Undying, making it a little bit easier for the Brood Mother to continue laning. Echo for Velor will get the charge off, but no bashes here, unfortunately. So Nako, he is not that lucky. As Broodmother caught, has the stick charges. I don't think that's gonna be saving your life. He's dead. Spotting blocks don't really work against that hero as a core, but it was cool for him to attempt anyways. As Dominic is having a really bad game. I mean, the thing is he's ahead of Muerta, because Muerta did have some issues there in the lane as well. So Neko diving the tower, he's taking a ton of damage. He will give the attack to Nikiku, who has more than enough armor in the region to just stand his ground. He gets to level 6, and this is now really bad. They're going to be bringing so many heroes, but Nikiku will not die with the Vanguard. And the 20 reactive armor charges, they're in trouble. Erase. He almost loses his life, and with the charge, not going to be coming through. He does go with Swashbuckle to the tower, and also had the one charges necessary to get himself to a comfortable spot in terms of the HP. So now they're bringing supports to the mid lane on StoRm. The thing is, you're trying to make the lanes 1 versus 1. If the lanes are 1 versus 1, your cores are at least going to be farming somewhat. And you know that around the Timber Saw, you are going to be the strongest. So your 3 heroes are going to be winning the mid lane. And then you have the trades of farm on the other sides of the map. Plus, Takuto will get silenced up, and the death shot takes him into the calling again. They get the kill. StoRm, beautifully done. You force the supports to the mid lane, and Soneko uses his insane mobility to get himself something more. Very nice gameplay from StoRm overall. Dominic gonna be dove here, standing his ground, fighting. He now needs to run, killing the tombstone, not an option. Maybe he can kill the zombies that are spawning onto him. There's gonna be 3 of them, and the Timber Saw coming over TP out from Nesphere will be successful. You do not have the damage to bring him down. If he had connected with the initial chakram, I think maybe he would have been able to get the kill. Not gonna be happening. In terms of wisdom runes, StoRm get 1, and Sibe get the other. Velor, he's fighting Soneko. He won't be able to finish him off though. He has used all of his spells, and his right clicks are very underwhelming. So both of the wisdom runes were stolen, right? You got your enemy's side. The mid lane, Erase, gonna be charged up. They see him clearly. They also have a ward behind the tower, which Erase is not aware of, but after this one, he's probably gonna feel like there is one. Anyways, charge is coming through. Rolling Thunder comes out just in time. That would have been very dangerous if it didn't come out. You could have died easily. Rolling Thunder, he's trying to do as much as he can. Nikiku taking some damage. 1 charges will be used. He is losing a good chunk of his life, but he doesn't really feel like he is killable. 500 HP though, maybe you could burst through that. But decide for now not to. Don't even attempt it. Because 1J, well, you're not a Timber Saw. No, he is not. But then again, you're not an Undying either, because looky, you can't be taken down. He will be surviving there. He uses the Soul Rip on himself as well. Make sure to get some HP back, and with the Chakram and the Whirling Death. That's exactly what Nikiku will be bringing to this Undying. StoRm, they're starting to get ahead. Erase, you have to be careful. Had the stick charge is necessary to survive. He's gonna have a shield crash in a second, but Nikiku is still going forward. He will run away now. The question is, can you do it? Into the tower he goes, and there's so many zombies just trying to get to the brains there through that little robot, and he's starting to heal up. Rubik, he does have the mana for the Fade Bolt, turning around. So the Chakram will not connect. The Swashbuckle won't connect either. They're missing spells left and right with the Spirit Breaker. He wants to live. Velor, when is he gonna have that Fade Bolt? In 4 seconds. So Soneko most likely will be going down. The question is when. Gonna be running into the trees. The charge is available, but he needs some more HP to be able to survive the Fade Bolt. Coming to the high ground. The Fade Bolt at the ready. Soneko will be found. He did a perfect thing there. Just waited for Velor to show himself and just charged away through all of it. He will be surviving their Soneko, even though it looked like it was never going to happen. With that being said, StoRm, they're gonna be overtaking this game completely with the top tower falling. Dominic, he even pushed out the Naga Siren out of the lane after a perfect laning phase for the Naga. He is the one that will overtake her, and 10 minutes in, Sebe, we were talking about them needing a good early game. They got some early laning stage going their way, but as things progressed, their net worth was dropping more and more, and now both the Magnus and the Pango are in such a bad position. At least the Naga is farming well. You know, does have a Yasha. Will be getting to good timings. I still do believe that Muerta can deal with the Naga quite nicely, as Muerta is sleeping to the top lane.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, Roche comes through, stops it. Relat is like, this might be the sign of the gods. Don't go top. Charge on Cluster Kruto. There is gonna be a calling there. Dead shot. Where is it? Be going for it just yet. He does have the ulti there. Pierce the Veil is available. But Cluster Kruto will not be a target for them at this moment. Without a level 6 on the Spirit Breaker, your kill potential is halved.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, they're trying to get this tower. The Timbersaw is going to be coming in. These are some very dead heroes. The Magnus, for sure. That shot will connect on the race. And Magnus does get himself out. Rolling Thunder trying to finish off the Spirit Breaker. Not going to be happening with the Timbersaw. Will be trying to finish off everybody. The lift from Rubik. He wasn't there on the high ground, but the Rolling Thunder does stop with telekinesis at Svelor. He will be dying to Nikki Cole. That shot won't even be coming through. It literally just flies through where the Rubik used to be. Oh, Magnus, the Echo Saber, he's not even close to it. As Timbersaw, both the Soul Ring and the Arcane Boots. This guy's gonna be spamming his spells. He's a killing machine. Once he gets a Kaya, that's when things get really scary. The RP onto Muerta, Pierce the Veil. He will never get to use it. He has Pierce the Veil in 21 charges. He was able to use that one. Maybe he gets himself out. But even the Rubik was coming over, so it was most likely never gonna happen. Soneko? Are they going for it? Yeah, they are, and they're gonna get the kill. Tier 3s, Tier 2s. We don't care. We'll take the damage from them all. And you did lose the Muerta, but losing the Pango that deep into your base, it is a big statement coming out from StoRm. We are currently stronger, and we will not stop pushing our advantage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Every position, StoRm are ahead. Not by much. I mean, you can say that the Naga is ahead of the Muerta, but you know, you get what I mean. For every hero of Sibe, there is a hero of StoRm that is more farm than they are. Muerta obviously would like to have more farm, but that will happen once you have the Maelstrom, which is going to be flying out to him, so his farming speed will increase quite a lot at this moment. Nesphere, speaking about farming speed, he's keeping up with the Timbersaw. The Manta almost done. This hero not to be underestimated. The strength of the hero not to be underestimated. 1J will turn around with his ulti. Not going to be able to get all that heal up. And actually, Race is the one that is dropping low. All the Spiderlings will die. So it's going to be an Undying Dead on one side and the Pugna on the other. It seems like nobody likes the undead. And really, they only spread disease. Don't really smell nice. So just get him out of the game. Belor, he did steal the Pugna War, the race. He's been charged up. You might need to run away right now because the Spirit Breaker is coming for you. Nesphere in the vicinity. Song not available. The charge will come through, but a little bit too far away. He will stop there, Soneko, but I think you have changed your mind a little bit too late. As Nikki Cool got RP there, and he will just escape Felor. Nothing he can do about it. He went for the Fade Bolt, but didn't change anything in terms of damage. The Swashbuckle might change things, and the Raze gets a double kill. One on the top lane, one on the bottom lane. StoRm overestimating their abilities, not playing together, diving the enemies, and being punished with two of their heroes dying. And Sibe, well, not a big commitment for them at all. Pango with the Diffusal Blade starts doing a lot of damage. And even with such a tanky Timbersaw, we're not going to be as strong. They will find the Magnus on the other side of the map. This time around, the Pierce the Veil from Muerta will come in handy. The damage will be more than enough as Dominic runs himself away from Sibe. And Pango, he's chasing, but this is a Brood Mother going through trees, going through over cliffs. It's just a hard hero to catch in general, if not impossible. 9-9 in terms of kills. StoRm, they are still in control. And Muerta is starting to catch up. He was almost 2k gold behind the Naga. Now it's less than 1. A really fast farmer there. Takes down everything. Level 20 on Muerta is the most important one when you're a gunslinger. Goes up by 20%. Now he's just gonna be farming a race. He has to go for the Rolling Thunder. Maybe he doesn't. The charge is going for him again. A race. He does have the shield crash, but doesn't have the diffusal blade. I think he's dead. Yep, gone. And Soneko, he didn't even need his ulti. There's gonna be a lot of spiders coming out from him. He was infested as well. This is why you need to be cleaning your pets from parasites, guys, because you never know what's crawling inside of them. Top lane, tower, very much dead. Dominic will make sure of it. Him and the Pugna, they'll do more than enough damage in terms of pushing. We all know spiders are obsessed with ours. They're obsessed. The 16 minutes in, the gold lead is not overwhelming, but Sibe need more time. They need the blink on the Magnus, who with the Echo Saber will be farming at solid speeds. But we're seeing that the Magnus comeback potential is just not what it used to be.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Magnus is getting old, it seems. Charge. We'll stop it there. It does have the bulldoze running away, and with the Crepify, it is gonna be protection for the Spirit Breaker. He has the drums, he has the phase boots, and with the bulldoze, you just move so freaking fast. Roche, next on the menu here. Krillat does pop Pierce the Veil. Make sure the Roche drops even faster. Sibe don't seem too aware that this is happening. Yeah, they're completely unaware. Now they're just gonna find out the Roche has died, and they did absolutely nothing about it. Nikki Cool will be the one that gets the Aegis. He's sporting an Arcane Rune at the moment, but won't really make good use of it in terms of killing his opponents. Sanjin Kayat ready. Naga going for an Orchid, okay? Pango going for an Aghanim Scepter. Magnus going for a Blink. Those are going to be coming out relatively soon. That's a big deal. As Klasno Kruto, well, if he dies right now, it's going to be super bad. And he does get bashed up. There is going to be another strike as well with a follow-up bash too. Klasno Kruto, he will have the Skewer. But the question is, will he have the HP to survive this? There will be another charge. He has literally gotten bashed to death as Nikki Cool just comes over to claim all the glory and the money. Good mother. That insatiable hunger is so freaking strong. He has an ATOS, so and an Echo Saber, so he's going for the classic Universal Hero item build. Just want as much stats as possible and make sure that your damage output is insane. Yeah, he has 178 damage and then plus 70%. So good luck versus that. That's like 100 damage at least bonus, a little bit more than it. 110 at the moment, and he's gonna have more once the BKB comes out. The Orchid from the Naga could be a game-changing item. When it comes to the other side, Timbersaw has some status resistance. Muerta has nothing to remove the science. Good Mother has nothing to remove the science currently. So that really could change things. The Undying gonna be caught there, dies before he gets his Tombstone off. Rolling Thunder Raise doesn't want to use it, but you might have to. He's gonna go for it now. But it's a defensive Rolling Thunder. Nobody's gonna die. You've already lost 2 of your supports. And StoRm are showing who's the boss here in this game number 2. They did show who's boss in game number 1 as well. Let's see now. Erase. Now we caught Shield Crash. Gonna be connecting only onto the one hero, so not that much damage reduction. And here's the charge. Perfect timing. No RP for you. Klasno Kruto thought he was gonna be saving somebody, but he's only gonna be meeting his Pango in death. As Nikki Cool comes over to the high ground, he's thinking about ending this one right here, right now. 6 times odds in favor of StoRm. Seems pretty realistic at the moment how it's going. Nikki Cool, he might not even care if he goes down. The Chakram was stolen. That stolen Chakram will definitely help, but StoRm, they're going for a push. Nikki Cool doesn't care much. Double DK will be given there to the Undying, and StoRm for now, they will say it is enough. They will wait for the enemy heroes to come back up. Now it's time to push out the waves. Snaga has been spotted. He has the sleep and the orchid. And who will he even find? 1J is gonna use the crep before he gets silenced. A double RP. Okay, at least something. You get 2 kills there on Storm. Big kills for Sibe. Kind of weird after that charge that the Pagana and the Brood didn't just run away. But they didn't respect the Naga Siren, they didn't respect her silence, and they didn't respect Sibe in general. Magnus now, he has the blink. Next item is gonna be the harpoon. We've seen so many times just how much the harpoon can change the game. We've seen some teams, mainly Navi Jr. Oh, Krillat almost dies. Mainly Navi Jr. with the Magnus just be overwhelmingly powerful. Even if they're losing so much, PMA would change the game. The question is, will Sibe be strong enough? Can Klasna Kruto do the same thing? Or will this be another victory for Storm? A lot is resting on the Magnus' shoulder. Nagasar needs to push out waves, create an opportunity, but is Klasna Kruto at least to use it? So Naga will be going for a heart. He has the Reaver already. Undying, he was thinking about getting that Wisdom Rune. He's gonna be getting himself out. Nope! Charge! Just to stop the TP. There's gonna be a follow-up bash. Soneko, who didn't get a lot of bashes at the start, will be turning into a piggy. Nope, you're not getting our rune, my friend. 1J will suck the life out of the Undying. So it will be the a freebie there. As they pick themselves up a Wisdom Rune, so Neko will be more than happy about the experience. Harpoon almost done on Klasna Kruto. He needs like 1,000 gold more. Pango. He has an Aghanim Scepter. Blink will be next on the menu, so his damage output is quite nice as well. Muerta has found the Grove Bow, has the full Mjolnir. Belor charged up. Here comes Dominic. There's gonna be so much damage into him, and he is dead. Even with the sleep, it's not gonna be enough to save your buddy. He doesn't have a TP. Naga Siren. What the hell? He's dead. He does have a Manta. He does have a Silence, but they're gonna be sucking the life out of him right now, and he'll be caught. Absolutely nowhere to run. He'll get bashed up, stunned up, killed, murdered. Nikiku gets himself a double kill. Sibe makes such a huge mistake. What the hell just happened? Oh, you cannot allow that. That is your win condition. Yeah, your Magnus is going to be bringing people back with the Skewer and the Harpoon, but there needs to be somebody who kills them. And you have this highest net worth hero that just dies without doing anything. That's going to be a big deal for sure. The Broodmother does have a BKB right now. Looking at the damage there with the Insatiable Hunger, that's 380 damage, 390 damage for the Brood. Almost 400 damage once you activate the Insatiable Hunger. What would happen if he buys a shard? And he is buying a shard. That's gonna be 4% increase every 1 second. So at 10 seconds, that's 40% increase. That's gonna be another like 80 damage. 75 maybe. At 10 seconds. At the later portions, it's gonna be around 100. He already has. Okay, he's gonna be hitting for 500 per hit at the end of the Insatiable Hunger. Swashbuckle Pango has been charged. Okay, we'll stop that one. As a Spirit Breaker, you don't want to be continuing going forward. He does have a Shadow Blade, has a Gossamer Cape, so it's quite okay. And our observer, he's impressed with the damage of the Broodmother. He's looking at it and he cannot believe that the hero can hit so hard. Harder than the Magnus, actually. As the smoke comes out from Sibe, they don't have the sleep. That's the only thing that they're missing. But Song of the Siren will be up in 13 seconds. A Storm, they get themselves away. This time around, they will not be caught off guard by this aggressive smoke from Sibe. As all the lanes are pushing in, nobody's showing. This is the most obvious smoke in the world, and Storm will just get themselves out. They know that they are being hunted, and look at all of the spiderlings just being spread around the map, scouting every single move. And now they are going to be finding the enemy Storm. They know exactly where their enemies are. They know exactly how to approach the engagement. Once the nighttime comes, the Spirit Breaker didn't go for the nighttime vision, so they're gonna have even that. And with the spiderlings giving you some vision as well. It's not a lot, it's 300 around the spiders. It's still enough. The vision advantage might still be on the side of Storm. Overall, the Naga Siren should be able to push out the waves more successfully, but you're 14k gold behind, so that kind of changes the dynamic. Neko, he has found a Naga. He knows that it's the real one, but they've also found the Pugna, and it's definitely a real one. Not going to be alive for much longer, as they did find Nesfield. He'll get the silence onto the Spirit Breaker. The sleep is there, and he does have a TP this time around, but he's waiting. He's waiting for his teammates, hiding in the trees. Is he baiting? He definitely is. The thing is, though, will StoRm stay long enough to find out what he was baiting for? Dominic will go into the Twin Gate, and he'll get himself out in time. As StoRm, they don't lose anything more other than that Pugna in the mid lane. Cool approach, but it was an obvious one. StoRm were just a little bit too far away. It would have been cool if maybe it would be able to kill the Broodmother, maybe at least force out the BKB. Doing much there. So Muerta has the shard as well. Timbersaw, RP will connect. He's gonna be slowed down, but here's the charge from Soneko. Okay, nice lift up there. No, that was actually the harpoon. Nikki gets pulled back in. Has the Lotus Orb, and it's gonna be protecting him. He's just standing his ground. They aren't doing enough damage to him. Nikki is surviving, goes to the side, and you have pegged the wrong fight here. Sibe will go with the charge. The Pango will survive it. No issues whatsoever. He still has half of his HP to work with. Muerta Pierce the Veil does give you 30% spell lifesteal during Pierce the Veil, so you're lifestealing quite a lot with right clicks. And when you kill an enemy during Pierce the Veil, you get 2% spell amp, which is pretty much damage amp on the hero. 2% can be quite a lot. You get like 3 kills during Pierce the Veil, 6% already. Imagine if you ramp that up to 10%. Timbersaw survives there. He protected himself with the Lotus Orb. Lotus Orbs are big here. The big thing though is Muerta now has the BKB as well. She's no longer that easy of a target. It's not really a target at all. As Timber is gonna have a Hex fairly soon. Things are starting to shape up for StoRm. They're getting their end game items, and it's only 27 minutes into the game. As I mentioned, we could be having ourselves a very short series. Also, a gem will be picked up by StoRm, so they want to be able to ward everything. Looking at the map currently, there's only one ward on the side of Sibe, but imagine if everything is just pitch black. Greater healing Lotus on the Spirit Breaker. Quite nice. Roche, not up just yet. Here he is. Finally, he will be spawning as Muerta and 1J will be going for Inquilab, getting his HP back. And here's Dominic to assist. Yeah, I want to be looking at this Broodmother damage. He's actually not even using the Insatiable Hunger. Again, Sibe, nothing that they're doing. Okay, there's the Insatiable Hunger. So 400 damage. What is the max? Plus 238, plus 246, plus 250. He has 470 damage per hit there at the end of the Insatiable Hunger. Rubik did steal the Dead Shot, which is a nice spell to have. Pushing out the waves with it, quite nice. Using it in a team fight can change things for sure. And the Fear is always a nice mechanic that you can use in your favor. Oh, now they want the Wisdom Runes. Banger should be able to pick up his. Run. That voice line once the Timbersaw picks up the haste rune is so fun. He will eat a dead shot. That's a dead shot. Like easy to survive. They will find the Rubik, finish him off, turn into a piggy, turn into dust. As they go for more, both of the supports should be going down quite easily. He will use the Flash Golem, so that's definitely going to help. The silence onto the Brood immediately goes for the BKB, doesn't care one bit. The buyback from the Dying wants to get back into the game. The Harpoon, Nikki gets brought back onto the high ground, but just moves away easily. The Undying was thinking about a TP in, but first of all, it was a long one. Second of all, you could die once again. As Nikki is approaching the level 20 talent. Gonna be a big deal, and Muerta's level 20 is the biggest of them all. Went for a Hyperstone, wants the full Moon Shard, just wants those Mjolnir procs as much as possible, and that does make sense. You already have a lot of damage on Muerta, especially once you use the Pierce the Veil, so you just want to have a ton of attack speed. He's gonna have 260 per hit magical damage As that, so if he's attacking super fast, it's gonna be insane, especially with the gunslinger. Not level 20 just yet, but he's not that far away either. Gleipnir on the Brute, so even more lockdown, even more problems for Sibe. They steal a chakram again. Nikki Cool, he really needs to be careful not to give that one away. What did he take from the talent? He did go for the 20% magic resistance. Nest Sphere. He will continue farming. We really haven't seen impact from it at all. He has been a non-factor in this game. Other than shoving out lanes, he hasn't had any impact. He does have 2 kills to his name, but that's about it. He did attempt that sleep into smoke play. That's kind of it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You're a singer that's not really in the spotlight. I wouldn't want to be in his place. StoRm, they're in a smoke. They want a big fight to end this one. Sibe, they only have buyback on the Naga Siren, but he will probably want to spend that. He'll get the health onto the Undying. He doesn't have a buyback, and there's the song stopping the aggression. The Gleipnir will stop the Rubik 4 guy. Poor Valor. Like, why does it have to be me? Kill the other ones. Please just let me go, but he will be eaten by spiders. Erase will be going for TP out. Barely gets himself out. As Klasno Kruto is pushing out the bottom lane as well. He needs to blink out. He doesn't have a TP, but StoRm didn't look like they care. They still have an Aegis for another minute and 20. The mid lane tower looking very much dead. They already did a lot of damage to it. Look at that gunslinger go to work. I don't know how fast he can push. There is a basher on the race, which is a big deal. The calling will be used, and the disarm onto the Muerta. No guns for you. Give me those. They're gonna be confiscated for now. Magnus is preparing himself for a play. The charge onto the Magnus. We knew that you were there. He doesn't have a buyback. This is a disaster. If he dies, and turning him into Piggy is gonna make it possible. Heals from the Undying aren't gonna be enough, and he won't be able to come back into the game. He doesn't have the money for it. 800 gold missing as the Undying gonna be dropping down as well. The race. Nice usage of the spells there, and the procs from the Aghanim Scepter will get him a kill. Dominic went a little bit too far, so Sibe, they will be defending their base. Nah, guys, because he's gonna have a sleep in a couple of seconds. Nesphere will be fine. He'll be able to survive here. The sleep is there, and the rest of Sibe is coming over. They don't have their spells. They're still in Aegis, but only for 20 seconds. So this Krillat, they might actually kill him. That's not the smartest of moves. He's gonna have a BKB. He's gonna have Pierce the Veil. The buyback coming out from Soneko. Might want to run silence onto the Timbersaw. They will lift him up into the air. Where's the BKB? There it is. Pierce the Veil available as well, but he's gonna be bashed up. He's not using anything. There's the Pierce the Veil, and the kills are gonna start coming through. He's gonna fight them all, and he is winning. He is winning. Heals himself back up to 4, and the dead shot connects perfectly with the nether strike. They'll be sure to finish off the Naga Siren. That was so close, but Krillat, he baited him in so much. Now he's gonna be level 20 with 2 heroes dead. The push can continue. Don't have the Aegis, but your enemies, they don't have their heroes, and some of the spells are missing as well. So Soneko going for more. That's a big hero. You want to kill a race. He's the main problem that you have. He does have a buyback currently. There will be a skewer back with bashes coming through. That's stolen chakram also with the RP. That's gonna be a dieback onto the Spirit Breaker. It's still a race. You have to be careful. You might need to go to the base to heal up. Glyph is not available, and they want to be able to take the Raxus down. He'll have to do his best to push both of them. He does have that Gunslinger. He would like to only focus on one, but the Gunslinger is proccing still. No Glyph. Nah, he'll have more than enough damage. Now he's level 20, so that plus 20% on the Gunslinger is big. Hex! And the Hurricane Pike is not going to be skewered back. Nice reactions coming out from both of them. And all of the mana, or all of the HP, will be returned there to Krillat. I thought 1J was going to give him mana as well, but for now, that's not going to be the case, as Krillat does get given a cheese as well. So he will have another way to keep himself alive. Man, he heals so much with this shard inside of the Pierce the Veil. That 30% lifesteal, spell lifesteal, is insane. Let's see. 5-17. Storm. They are still in a good spot. Sibe doing their best. Stay in the game. Spiders, look at them, just infesting the entirety of the map. The win probability is high in favor of Storm. It's still winnable here for Sibe, but they're not making any big moves. They will try to make one right now. Were they charged? I think they were. So the smoke will be broken at least on the Pango. He's the main hero though. He does have the overwhelming blink, shard, Aghanim scepter. He is a very strong hero, right? If they kill the Pango, the fight is over, but Pango can win the fight in favor of Sibe. Now, Storm gonna be dangling Nicky Cool. He's not an easy target to go for. Silence onto the Spirit Breaker, but he had the bulldoze. Still, is gonna be a little bit too deep and will be going down. Riz coming in with the rolling thunder, not gonna be taking all that much damage. You need to run away. Krillat is in a bad position, needs to kill all the zombies that are going for him. Does have the Hurricane Pike to keep himself away, but the chase is on. Okay, they found the Pango. He doesn't have the shield crash. He doesn't have his life to sleep. A little bit too late. They have an RP. It's gonna be connecting onto three of them. The question is, without the Pango, do you have the damage? It might be all four of them. He gets them all together, and the chakra flies through. Now the question is, will you be able to kill him? Krillat follows through, and it's gonna be a big team by Dominic, the sole survivor. He finds them with a sleep. And Storm, they all got clumped up together. You will be holding hands while we murder you. Some would say that was the Magnus's RP, but actually it was the Naga Siren. I had a couple of folks there at Nesphere about him not really being too useful in this game. Well, he's gonna be proving his usefulness by finding 4 heroes together, all 4 that were alive, and only one of them will make it out.
Double damage.
This is the Magnus factor, right? We have seen it so many times that a team is losing, they have a Magnus, and they're keeping themselves in the game. Klasno Kruto,
Bounty, which my matriarch
he's level 20 now as well. Even with killing the Pango, they still made it happen. Now with being level 20 with the 375 skill range, it is a huge deal.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's see. Krillat takes the Wisdom Rune. There were 2 of those there. That's going to be a lot of experience for them. And Sibe only gonna have the 1. They picked up the 1 earlier. Roche will be up in 47 seconds, but you're no longer that far ahead. This game is no longer that easy to win. It might be the first one that Sibe wins. The win probability is still gonna be in favor of Storm, but it is very dangerous territory. You have to be careful how you're going to fight. But that is true both ways. Kruto hunting the Blink Harpoon Skewer is still possible. Marta has a Hurricane Pike, so he has a way to respond to it. PM, it is nighttime. Not to be the case. The smoke will break there, and 1J will deal with all the illusions. Here comes Soneko. Nice heals there, and it will be asleep. But they can only kill Soneko. And is that even gonna happen? Well, he is taking a ton of damage. Will be finally going down. The RP gonna be used only onto the Brood Mother, and actually Nicky Cool was there as well, but they'll be able to walk away quite easily. Krillat taking a lot of damage. He needs to be careful. He has the Pierce the Veil, and the Cheese will be using the Cheese. They're standing his ground and fighting inside of the Pierce the Veil. He can't do that much damage. He's doing his best. Erase trying to get away there with the Swashbuckle, but a Tombstone, it is spawning too many illusions. Buyback from the Pugna. They're coming back into the fight. They'll get the Hex, and finally the Pango will fall. Now it's gonna be easy to kill Nesphere because he's all alone. He tries to DP out, not gonna be happening. The Deadshot connects perfectly, fearing him and stopping the TP. That's gonna be 3 heroes dead without buyback, meaning that they won't be able to defend the Roche as Klasno Kruto is running away. He does have a Lincoln Sphere, so it's gonna be much easier for him to connect with the Skewer back, and it's push time. It really is push time. The question is, do you know that they do not have buybacks? And We're gonna check either way. This could be the end of the road for Sibe in this series if StoRm do manage to get another lane of racks, maybe even get megas. There is a glyph. And okay, Naga Siren, she does get a buyback. Nice play from Kruto getting the bounty rune. But do they care about the Naga? Without the RP, without the Pango, not much you can do. They are gonna be content with getting another lane of racks and just going for the Rosh. It will be on the bottom side, so it will be an Aghanim Scepter Rosh for StoRm if they can get it in time. And they're TPing all on their bottom outpost. 30 seconds for the Pango. He does have a buyback. Oh, you might want to go for it. You might want to go for it here because versus the Aegis Cheese and an Aghanim Scepter, you're gonna be in trouble. But who's gonna get the axe though? Probably the Timber Saw. Maybe a Brood Mother, right? Say they are coming over. They're in a smoke. Two of their heroes. They have the ninja gear, and that's gonna be the Aegis for Krillat. They're setting up on Vision here. This should be obvious for StoRm. Pango not there just yet, but he does have the outpost to TP to. Their healer all 5. StoRm, they don't look prepared. They'll go for a smoke themselves. The only one that's not in the smoke is the Timber Saw. He's the hardest one to kill. Jeez. On their Brood Mother, so let's see if they can kill him. He gets the BKB off, turns around. Yes, you wanted me. I wanted you as well. There is going to be an RP connecting onto the Brood, but he still has the cheese. Even if you get him low, he's going to be able to heal up. And Krillat dropping low, he's going to be losing his life. Dominic will be surviving. They need to be killing that tombstone, but that's not easy. With the Pango just disarming every single one of you. Go for the Swashbuckle and the Shield Crash connecting onto multiple heroes. Dominic trying to heal himself up. Not going to be happening. The tombstone still going strong. It is a big deal. Stolen Chakra from the Rubik doing quite a lot. The nice push out from Muerta. Doesn't have the BKB, doesn't have Pierce the Veil, but he has the Blink Dagger. Should be able to get himself away to the side. Nope. The Muerta will get caught. Muerta will get killed twice in a row. Sibe, they win a fight. They do use 2 buybacks. Let's see Soneko. What will he do? He will just push out the wave. Yeah, who got the Aghanim Scepter? It was the Timber Saw. Okay. Makes sense. Maybe the Spinner Snare would have been good, but the reactive armor is also quite nice. They're still ahead, StoRm, but that was the Roche that they had, the Roche fight. Fighting around those cliffs with the Pango constantly disarming you, bashing you, not being able to kill the Tombstone is a big deal. This Pango is just proving to be too big of a problem, but they found him. He will have the roll up, protecting him for now. The shotgun flies out from the from Nikiku, who has his level 25 as well. He went for the second shotgun, so it is going to be doing quite a lot of damage.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Sphere is a little bit too deep there. Not all of his teammates are in the vicinity, but they do have the mobility to come over. They're trying to get a lane of racks here, or trying to force out buybacks for now. Not gonna be any responses, but the Hex and the double chakram, that is a dead Undying, and he does not have a buyback. Next time around, there's not gonna be Tombstone that you need to be afraid of. Really cool. He has the BKB, he has the reactive armor as well, but doesn't have the mana currently. He's gonna be dropping out some chakrams. Veleor gonna be charged up, but nice Yules onto the Spirit Breaker, and they have the sleep as well. They need to be getting themselves out. They're already gonna be in a 4 vs 5 scenario. You don't want to be losing any more. They're getting themselves out. They don't have buybacks on any of their heroes. The Magnus will now get one, but the Pango is so far away in terms of gold. What did he buy? He bought a Lincoln's. Okay.
Radiant are scanning.
Okay, Lincoln's is nice, but he has 0 gold. That is a very dangerous approach. Timber Saw now has the Boots of Travel too. He's going for the Overwhelming Blink next. And that's going to be so much damage. Overwhelming Blink in. And Hex and the double Chakram. Now you can kill whoever you want. Krillat was the refresher. Magnus has the refresher. Lost no Kruto, he's level 23. The level 25 on the Magnus, not that big of a deal. I guess with the refresher, if you go for the RP stun duration, it's huge. Though people do tend to go for the empowered damage cleave, the 10%. I just don't see it that valuable. But the 0.8 second, making it 1.6 seconds that could connect into multiple heroes is a big deal. Pugna, level 20, and the Hex as well. 20% life drain heal as well. He has a shard, and I'm liking that he has a shard because killing the Naga illusions is a big deal. But the Undying is back to the world of the living. be fine. Oh, RP. Oh, what a dodge! What a dodge! They broke the Lincolns as well. Oh, it's chase time. They feel super powerful. There's gonna be tombstone onto the ground. Oh, Tiger, maybe you've gone a little bit too far. The RP will connect onto the ground because the sleep was out. Plus no Kruto. He has used both of his RPs onto the ground. No Rolling Thunder, no RP, no sleep. It is push time. There is a glyph on the side of Sibe, so they can probably delay this a little bit. But the only thing that you're going to be getting back is the Rolling Thunder. You're not going to be getting back any of your other spells. Let's see, Class Kruto will be finding the Spirit Breaker. Is that a kill? Yes, it is. He does not have a buyback, but the Timbers are doing so much damage, trying to kill the supports in the back lines, but Rubik will survive barely. The Dying has enough. Nikki Cool still alive. He's not using the reactive armor just yet, but he will be using the BKB. Nesphere getting gone on. He will be getting somewhat low, but as the BKB, so we'll be fine in the end. Nikki Cool, his Aghanim Scepter, it is working. And Muerta getting low as well. Krillat has to be super careful. His mana just being taken away so easily. The Spango is doing so much. That shot stolen by the Rubik, and Pugna will be afraid for a good reason, because you're going to be going down even with all the spells missing. Going high ground versus Sibe. Almost impossible. The Crap healing himself up, taking the life from the Undying, but the Undying will live, gets himself on the high ground. It will be the Pugna who dies. The two supports from StoRm will be going down with the 15k gold lead. They are still not capable of ending this game. The tier 4s are getting low, and the tier 3 is getting low. That's some damage that you will never be able to repair. But Sibe, they are the ones that are controlling the game currently. Their itemization is keeping them in it. Aga Siren has that Bloodthorn. He's level 25 as well.
Radiant's middle tower.
Let's see what he goes for. He could go for the -1 attack to trigger Riptide, considering how well the game is going. He's gonna go for the mirror image cooldown. I guess it's a better talent. I just thought maybe because of the RP and stuff that you would want those Riptides to continue just proccing, killing everybody.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The Lincoln Spheres are big versus the Spirit Breaker. They're really countering. They're gonna get the signs, not gonna be lasting for long. He does have the bulldoze. You are now on the aggressive Sibe, so you're definitely not as strong as you were, and you don't have your buybacks. Better just to let it go, reset, go again. Sibe, they think they're stronger. They want to be hunting with the Magnus. Not too smart. The Lincolns on the Magnus is going to be broken. BKB immediately on Nikki Cool. Rolling Thunder erase. He decides not to go with it. They will get the Hex onto the Naga. He just forces himself out. So they forced out the BKB on the Timber. That's about it. That was risky from Sibe. StoRm, now they're in the smoke. They are the ones hunting. They are the ones out for blood. They find for now the answer is going to be no one, even with having two super creep lanes in their favor. They are they're not able to push out everything so nicely. Naga? No, don't go up that high ground. He's going to be turning into a piggy. Let's see if they're going to be able to cut him down fast enough. The charge comes through immediately. The Yules will be there, so they will remove the bulldoze. And that's going to make Soneko easy target. They have the Lotus Orb to protect him and the Crep as well. So this time around, he will be protected by his teammates. Going in, they get rid of all of the illusions. Nicely done. The follow-up Hex will be coming through as well. But they can't get the kill. Nesphere healing a little bit too fast. He's not an easy target. Broodmother has the Butterfly. Man, and if this guy can get the right clicks in, it's going to be huge. He also has level 25. Minus 0.3 seconds BAT when the Insatiable Hunger is active.
Radiant are scanning.
It's still very hard to keep the lanes out. There was a nice ward that was left there in the base of StoRm and Sibe. It's this ninja gear, just such a strong item. I wouldn't be surprised if it got removed from the game. Everybody's just always going for it. Inside of StoRm, everybody went for the Trickster's Cloak. Nikki Cool has a Timeless Relic, and Dominic still staying with the Titan Sliver. Guess he didn't like any of the options in the tier 4 items. Makes sense. Look at his damage. 284 plus 150. That's almost... That's like 430 damage without the Insatiable Hunger. I would like to see a crit on the Broodmother, but he's not going that route. Imagine how much damage that would be. The Roche did spawn. He's on the dire side, but will be moving on to Radiant fairly soon. Charge through all to the two of them. Kasakuto goes for the BKB and the RP. It is going to be the Spirit Breaker that does have a buyback. He will be using it and come over really, really fast. On the other side of the fight, Rolling Thunder is going to be stopping the Pugna. And this Nicky Cool Timbersaw from moving. 1J getting super low. He will be breaking the linkage, but he will not be getting his life drain off. And he's looking very much dead. Surrounded by zombies, surrounded by enemies. He will die. Sleep will be coming through. They do have another RP at the ready. Dominic could be on the receiving end of that one. Let's see if he can get himself out. The damage is gonna be insane. He doesn't move from the hill. They're cosplaying a ward.
Is it worth your life to try for my one?
He dies like a ward. Super easy. Now there's gonna be the Lincoln's broken and Colossal Kruto. They're trying to kill him. There's gonna be a lot of damage coming out from Krillak. He goes in. Will be healed up immediately. Still has the BKB refresher. He has another Pierce the Veil. Will be finishing off Bello. He does not have a buyback. The RP will be coming out on Krillak. They're coming over to kill him. He needs help. The buyback from Dominic is coming over as well. The Pierce the Veil will still active, so Swashbuckle doesn't do that much. He's gonna be keeping himself alive there with the Trickster's Glow. Now turning around on the Nagasana, but there's gonna be another Rolling Thunder. They're trying to kill Nestor onto the high ground. He doesn't have his ulti. Here comes the charge. He's dropping low, but they need Cool to finish him off. And there's gonna be a Timber Saw doing so much damage. They're coming in with all of the magical damage that they have, and finally they'll be able to seal the deal on the Nagasana as well. Cluster Kruto, no bashes coming in from Soneko. Not gonna be lucky with that. They do buy back. Nagasana needs to defend the base because the base is in a lot of troubles.
Dire's courier.
Their tier 4s are crumbling. The second one almost dies. The first one died a very long time ago. All in all, 2 buybacks on one side were used, and only actually 2 on the other side as well. Both the Spirit Breaker and the Broodmother did buy back. So 4 buybacks all in all, 2 for 2. The Roche up. It should be going into the hands of StoRm if Sibe can't get in there in time, and they probably cannot. Magnus will have the double RP in 70 seconds, but at that point there's going to be an Aegis, Cheese, and another Aghanim Scepter on the other side. I think you go for the spinner snare. It just makes so much sense. Let's say the Magnus jumps in, he's going to be caught in it. He's not going to be able to move. Maybe they give it to the Spirit Breaker. Okay, yeah, he will be the one getting it. So 8-second cooldown on the charge, less than that because he does have the Octarine core. So 6-second cooldown on the charge. Big deal for sure. If he gets his level 25, the damage is going to be insane. He will be going for a BKB on the Spirit Breaker. He does have the money. So I think he buys it, right? Does not have a buyback anyways. Just buy the BKB. Make sure that you have that because it's going to be quite disruptor. Magnus did go for the added duration on the RP. Just wants to be able to keep people in place for as long as possible. If you get a multi-man RP, if you remember that 4-man RP set up by the Naga Siren, that's a double of those would be insane. And Magnus actually does massive amounts of damage. Just look at that. He has 510 damage per hit. Muerta finally gets the Daedalus. He didn't have a crit for a very long time. Now his damage will be packing a punch. The crits that are actually magic damage is insane. He will eat the Moon Shard. Has 12 Pierce the Veil charges, so that's 12% spell amplification. That's even more damage. That's 12% damage inside of Pierce the Veil. That's a huge amount, especially now with the Daedalus. His damage output is gonna be insane. It wouldn't surprise me if we just see Sibe melt, even though we haven't been used to it all that much. Magnus is using the ninja gear, but these Trickster's cloaks are doing a good job as well. No gem on Sibe. That's something that we have to keep in mind, that the Trickster's cloaks could win the fight. And you don't have a single gem at the moment. You need to be buying one. Where are they gonna have it available? They have it available, so they can buy it if they want on Sibe, but just nobody ready to invest the gold. BKB used, 9 seconds down the drain. That's a level 25 Spirit Breaker. His charges now are going to be hurting. They're going to be hurting you real bad. He has the movement speed of the charge and the 25% greater bash damage. What's the play here from StoRm? They have 2 more minutes, 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the Aegis as Sibe. They're in a smoke. Where will they go? This is a very long game. We're approaching the 60-minute mark. We might even see tier 5 items. I think there was only 160 plus game here in the Eastern European DPC. And it was Rob casting it. I didn't get to see a single one. StoRm, they have been winning for the entirety of this game. Imagine if they lose. And Sibe gets their first victory. 82% win probability, and Krillat, he finds himself a double damage rune. It's now or never. You're not gonna be stronger than this, StoRm. You have everything. Bringing the heat over to Sibe. Hostile Kruto. And it's not going to be found, but it is going to be the Undying. The Glacier does connect the Hex as well. Skewer, not going to be happening. They will be finishing off the Undying with ease. The RP will be connecting onto the them in the backlines. The charge is being very, very disruptive. Krillat, he needs to kill the Tombstone. He wants to kill the Tombstone. He will get it down. It's going to be 2 supports dead. This is going to be the beginning of the end here for Sibe. As Timbersaw still coming forward. They can't do much. There's the Pierce of Veil. And look at the damage coming through. But the RP, no, the charge comes through in the perfect time. He's not going to be getting it. That could have been huge. But it's going to be non-existent in the end. The bash and the disarm onto the Spirit Breaker, but the game is over. The series is over. Without 3 of your heroes, you have no chances of defending this one. They're trying. Sibe, they know that just a second ago they had a chance to win this one, but the DD on Krillat doing so much damage, and that charge changing everything. If the RP would have connected, maybe we would have seen a different fight and without a different game, but it is going to be 56 minutes of constant action, and StoRm actually coming out ahead in the end, with the first game for them being super easy. The second one, they were winning for the entirety of it, but nobody can say that Sibe didn't stand a chance. They were definitely stronger at some point, despite the 15k gold difference in favor of their opponents. They were fighting. They were fighting. In the end, their fighting will not be giving them the victory, but it will be giving them the confidence that they can definitely stand their ground against some of the teams here at Division 2 in the Eastern Europe. With that being said, guys, we're done for now. We're going to be going on to a bit of a longer break, around 40 minutes. It will take us for the Moneymakers versus Navi series to come. But that just gives you some time to eat, to drink, to go for a walk, maybe go for a nap, and then be back here in 45 minutes to watch Moneymakers versus Navi. So see you then, as we will be going on to a bit of a longer break.